Hello everyone, we continue our videos about the Fethullahist terrorist organization and its dirty face. This week, we will talk about Nurettin Oruç, one of the civilian imams who was captured at Akıncı base during the July 15 coup attempt. If you are ready, here we go. As you know, we have previously published videos on FETÖ Gerçekleri YouTube channel with detailed information about Adil Öksüz, Kemal Batmaz, Harun Biniş, and Hakan Çiçek. You can watch these videos again, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your notifications for new videos. This week, we bring you, albeit with a bit of a delay, July 15th coup attempt. We will talk about Nurettin Oruç, the last of the civilian imams captured in the July 15th coup attempt. When Nurettin Oruç was captured in the area around Akıncı base after the July 15th coup attempt, he made a statement that I am a producer who came to make a documentary. I have nothing to do with the coup. Then he was arrested, tried, sentenced to aggravated life imprisonment several times and forgotten. Members of the Fethullahist terrorist organization do not mention Nurettin Oruç. Speaking about the July 15 coup attempt, they do not mention Nurettin Oruç. No one claims that Nurettin Oruç is a victim. For example, this man is a producer, a documentary filmmaker. No one makes a statement that art is not valued in Turkey. Moreover, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, the leader of the main opposition party, who claims that the 15 coup attempt was a controlled coup, and the FETÖ hitmen, who say the same words together with Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, almost never mention Nurettin Oruç. Who is this Nurettin Oruç? Why did he stay in the vicinity of Akıncı base? Why is he considered one of the architects of the coup and one of the civilian figures who led the coup, and what is his role within the organization? There has never been a detailed discussion about these. Nurettin Oruç was born in 1972. He was born in Kayseri in 1972. And the first thing we know about him is that he worked as a teacher at the Zanos Dershanesi, a dershanesi established by members of the Fethullahist terrorist organization in and around Balıkesir. The name of this classroom is usually recognized in the news under different names such as Zavlas, but the name of the classroom is Zanos Classroom, a classroom that trained influential champions in Fişezir and its surroundings. It is a classroom that has achieved successful results, especially in university entrance exams and high school entrance exams. On the surface, the classroom has no problems. When it was shut down after the July 15 coup attempt because of its links to the Fethullahist terrorist organization, there were reports in the Fişezir media that Zanos Dershanesi, the famous Dershanesi of Fişezir, was also shut down. Nurettin Oruç was a teacher at this Dershanesi between 1998 and 1003. Among the teachers at this Dershanesi were some secret imams who were later arrested in Sivas. While the teachers of the Dershin were preparing the students for the university exam, and some of the students were achieving serious success, they were also acting as the private imam of the Gulenist terrorist organization. They placed the students they selected there in the public sector and acted as their private imam. One of them was caught in Sivas and made a statement saying, I entered the private kavro while I was working at Zaros Dershan. Between 2003 and 2010, there was almost no news about Nurettin Oruç. Nurettin Oruç either continued to work at Zaros Dershanesi without insurance or disappeared. There is no information about Nurettin Oruç until 2010 when he took the K-passes and was appointed as a teacher in Diyarbakır. What a person who worked as a teacher in a dershain between 1998 and 2003 ate and drank for 7 years is not clarified in the indictment. Nurettin Oruç has not made any statement about this either. Nurettin Oruç works as a teacher in Diyarbakır in 2010 and continues to work under the Ministry of the Nation until 2014. The dates between 2010 and 2014 are the dates when the fatuous terrorist organization started to challenge the state, started to plot against the state, tried different conspiracies from the MIT trucks conspiracy to the 7 February MIT conspiracy to the 1725 December conspiracies, and some of them were successful in some of them, and some of them failed to achieve their goals. While the FETÖ is now in a structure that challenges the state, Nurettin Oruç was working in Diyarbakır under the Ministry of the Nation between 2010 and 2014, and while he was working as a teacher under the Ministry of the Nation, he became the Gendarmerie Chief Imam in the southeastern Anatolia region. How do we know this? In the testimonies of some members of the Fethullahist terrorist organization who were captured in that region and some traitors who had infiltrated the Gendarmerie, it was recorded that Nurettin Oruç was one of the general responsibles in that region, where Nurettin Oruç served as their chief imam. Nurettin Oruç's name was also mentioned for a long time as the gendarmerie private imam of the southeastern Anatolian region, including when he was captured after the coup attempt. However, it is not logical for the gendarmerie private imam of the southeastern Anatolian region to appear around Akıncı and to be one of the names that led the coup. We later learned that Nurettin Oruç was promoted to gendarmerie private imam after 2014, after 2010, 2014. So what does Nurettin Oruç do while he is a teacher in Diyarbakır and at the same time the gendarmerie regional imam of the southeastern Anatolia region? He is one of the gendarmerie imams who organized the Mitleri conspiracy. Nurettin Oruç and other gendarmerie imams in the region are mentioned in the indictment on the Mitleri conspiracy in a meeting held in a hotel in Ankara on Team 14, date 2013, to organize the Mitleri conspiracy. The prosecutor who is preparing the Mitleri conspiracy case reveals that Nurettin Oruç's anxiety was also at the hotel on that date, and that Nurettin Oruç was one of the people who organized the Mitleri conspiracy. Nurettin Oruç came to Ankara while he was working as a teacher in the Ministry of the Nation, and at the same time he was working as the gendarmerie secret imams in the southeastern Anatolia region of the Fethullahist terrorist organization, and he started to work in a film company in Ankara when he was promoted to gendarmerie secret imams. He started working as a documentary filmmaker in a company called Soyuk Media Productions, whose owner is Fethullah Çatal, with a salary of 2,500 liras. Nurettin Oruç has not shot any documentaries since he started working in Soyuk Media in 2014. That is, since he became a documentary filmmaker. There is no documentary series or production shot by Nurettin Oruç that we know of. However, Nurettin Oruç goes to the United States of America after the year 2015 to participate in film festivals abroad, according to his own statements. He goes via Germany, he goes via direct flights, and when he went to the United States of America via Germany on March 17, 2016, Nurettin Oruç is the one who was revealed to be in Pennsylvania together with Adiloxus and Kemal Batum in the speech in which the ringleader of the terrorist organization gave the instructions for the coup. In other words, the man who went to the United States of America via Germany and who said in his own statement that he went to festivals, that he traveled around the United States of America because he wanted to see the situation at the festivals there. It turns out that he was in Pennsylvania and that he was one of the names who was in Pennsylvania at that meeting where the ringleader gave coup instructions to the members of the organization in Turkey. Nurettin Oruç said in his testimony that he had never even met the ringleader of FETÖ and that he had a bad relationship with the Fethullahists, that he could not get along with some people belonging to that structure even when he was working at a tutoring center in Balıkesir, that he was preparing for the KPSS because he dreamed of being a teacher, but I am not talking about what he did between 2003 and 2010. A man who claims that after teaching he started working in a production company because he was interested in filmmaking and directing, that he traveled to the United States of America to attend festivals, that he visited festivals there, that he visited the film industry in the United States of America, that he traveled around the United States. Nurettin Oruç explains his capture around Akıncı base after the 15 Totalist coup attempt as follows. I was going to shoot a documentary about animal husbandry in the district in the region. 15 Temmuz I heard about the coup attempt, but I didn't pay much attention to it. I had people to meet there. I was going to shoot a documentary. So the gendarmerie found me and arrested me. I have nothing to do with the coup. I have nothing to do with the Fethullahists. I don't have any information about the coup. I was already arrested. Then he testifies to Nurettin Oruç that he has been in a cell for months and forgot most of the things. If you are going to make a documentary on animal husbandry in the district, how many animal farms are there in this district? How many cattle farms are there in this district? How many cattle and sheep are there in this country? If a person is going to make a documentary about animal husbandry, he should have at least some basic information about the stage of animal husbandry in that district. Nurettin Oruç is not aware of any of these. He gives mulak statements to all of them. I don't know. I didn't care too much. I don't know how developed animal husbandry is in that district. Nurettin Oruç is asked technical questions about filmmaking, about the camera, the angle of the camera, or the materials used in shooting a documentary. Nurettin Oruç cannot give an answer to any of these. Nurettin Oruç was asked, You are a producer, you know a director, there must be a technical assistant, a lighting technician, a cameraman, give us their names. Nurettin Oruç could not give a statement about this. Nurettin Oruç was asked in court that he was captured around the Akıncı base after the coup attempt. You claim that he was captured for documentary filming, but there is also footage of you on the Akıncı base. Nurettin Oruç says that film production technology has advanced extremely. They may have found someone who looks like me and made him walk from there. This may be a montage. Yes, Nurettin, there is also a video footage of Oruç walking around on Akıncı as if he was the owner of the Akıncı base with his shirt tucked into his pants. And Nurettin Oruç denies that footage as well, saying that this is someone who looks like me, his pants look like me, his shirt looks like me. He makes a mind-boggling statement that this has nothing to do with me. This is a scenario made to frame me by someone who looks like me. But when the original video recording is examined, it is revealed exactly that the person in the images is Nurettin Oruç. In other words, Nurettin Oruç has no one he knows in the sector. Nurettin Oruç knows nothing about filmmaking. Nurettin Oruç knows nothing about filmmaking. Nurettin Oruç knows nothing about the district where he claims he will make a documentary about animal husbandry. Nurettin Oruç does not know anything about the district where he claims he will make a documentary about animal husbandry. He cannot even tell how he came to the district. He cannot even tell which bus he came on, and he does not have a cell phone with him. We learned about this issue of not having a cell phone from Kemal Batman's Hakan Çiçek, Harun Biniş'te. We know from our aim that the Muharrem imams who led the coup attempt
do not take their cell phones with them while they continue their daily lives right after the coup. Nurettin Oruç says what Nurettin Oruç says. I am not a man who likes to use the phone anyway. I talked to my wife, so I did not care much about it. I turned it off at night, then I got up in the morning and went to visit the district for documentary shooting, and they caught me in the field. What is my fault? Nurettin Oruç if he had been caught in the gate of the house where he fled or while trying to leave the country immediately after the coup attempt, the state, which today is dealing with a Dershani teacher, would have named Nurettin Oruç after him. We would hear about the state dealing with a documentary filmmaker, the state dealing with a person who has served his nation as a teacher for years, in the press conferences of CHP, HDP figures, and maybe even artists who did not know him because he was a filmmaker would organize petitions for his release.
However, we said that the company where Nurettin Oruç works as a documentary producer with a salary of 2,500 liras has a very interesting owner like him, Fethullah Çatal. Fethullah Çatal was captured in Edirne while trying to escape to Greece in 2017. There is one of the non-commissioned officer Muharrem imams with him, and there is also the non-commissioned officer who was involved in the 15 Pigs coup attempt. In other words, the apparent boss of Nurettin Oruç, who was the gendarmerie chief imam in the 15 Pigs coup attempt, was captured while trying to flee to Greece, along with another gendarmerie chief imam and the gendarmerie general commander, who was arrested in 15 Pigs. Nurettin Oruç was asked about this in court. What about your partner, my brother, Fethullah Çatal, who was actually your partner for a while and later became your boss, was caught like this in 2017? I don't know if these are normal things or not. Nurettin Oruç is asked about his brother, who was a coup plotter like him and who was a soldier in the gendarmerie. Nurettin Oruç says that I am not very interested in what my brother did. Nurettin Oruç, one of the architects of the 15 Pig coup attempt, continues the typical strategy of the members of the FETÖ terrorist organization of denying and not accepting no matter what happens. However, we do not come across many FETÖ members who talk about Nurettin Oruç. The ones who do mention him make statements claiming that Nurettin Oruç was subjected to extreme torture when he was captured after the coup attempt, that he was unable to speak because he was alone in a cell for 9 months in prison, that he suffered some memory loss, and that there is no logic or coherence in what he says. There are two of them. One of them is Ahmet Dönmez. He mentions Nurettin Oruç several times in his series of dozens of articles in which he claims that the FETÖ was forced to carry out the coup. We also see Nurettin Oruç mentioned in a YouTube broadcast with Kamil Maman by İsmail Sezgin'in, one of the FETÖ's spokespersons in England, who academically researches the FETÖ and is on very good terms with FETÖ executives. We will continue to tell the dirty face of the FETÖ's flower organization and the conspiracies in which the organization is involved to the organization's hidden imams. Don't forget to like our video, subscribe to our channel, turn on your notifications for new videos, and share this video on your social media accounts to support us. Thank you for your support.